Pumpkin time! Alright, let's get this started. You should have some magazine, some newspaper, some type of container to hold some water. You all should have a sponge I gave you, a popsicle stick, a loop tool, a paintbrush, either this sculpting tool possibly, or this plastic some sort of plastic sculpting tool like this. Most of you got one of these. I'm sorry if I missed you at the beginning. I found these later, and then you all got clay. So all the clay, the stuff you've been using for the practice stuff, just recycle it all, just like I'm doing. Just get emotional, start wedging it up. At least 10 to 15 times right here, okay? And then I want to kind of smack it into a rectangle shape, just like I'm doing here. This helps also get the air bubbles out, okay? You got to get emotional, especially with the wedging. We got to try to get those air bubbles out. If your clay's too dry doing this, it means you need to probably add some water and then let it set for a while in the bag. So anyways, I got it all nicely in a square, and I got my popsicle stick. I'm just going to cut it right in half. Boom! And you got two nice halves right there. Then you're going to smack it into a ball, just like we've been practicing. Using one hand, your palm is like a hammer. The other hand, flipping it like a hot potato. And once I got it into a nice ball, I'm just going to put my thumb into it, and then about halfway, a little pass, and then start opening it up, overlapping my thumb. Just pinching it, then making that mushroom shape at first, then getting my other fingers into it. Push on the palm of my hand, not the table. Because if you start using the table too much, or if you start using the table basically, you're going to get this flat bottom. We don't want that. You might do it for one half. You could, I guess, if you kind of want a flat bottom pumpkin, but I wouldn't do that. It'll come out better if you make two egg shapes. And then once you put this thing together, I'll show you guys next class how it will, you can actually change the shape. But start out with these egg shapes. It works a lot easier. So I'm checking the walls. Remember that, don't forget to do that. We want to make this about 1/4 of an inch thick, okay? And so I'm just pinching, going up the walls like I'm walking a spiral staircase. Overlapping my thumb. Using my outer fingers to help sculpt it, kind of too, pinching. Using my thumb there a little bit, getting emotional, rubbing out I had a little lump right there. Anyways, once I got it good, I put it on a piece of paper, sponge it lightly. I wringed out my sponge. I don't want to saturate this with water. Then I'm using the popsicle stick as a scraper. Okay, I'm going to scrape it all, getting emotional. Sponging, scraping, sponging, scraping. Keep that process going, and it'll get better. You'll also help prevent, if you do have any air pockets, it might scrape them out if you do it well. Then I use the paper to help flip it over because it's pretty soft. And look, one of my top kind of got smashed in a little, but now it made it actually more level. So I'm using the scraper to scrape the top and the little edge at the top as well to help get rid of some of those cracks and make it look cleaner. And it'll make it also much better for the other bowl when we bond them together. Then I'm using my thumb inside. I'm using it to, since we don't have any scrapers, the metal ones, I'm just using my thumb as a scraper, kind of. I'm just rubbing it upward, helping smooth out my bowl, but get rid of finger marks. Then I'm going to check them. Once I got 2 bowls made, the same process, I'm going to check them. But the one I'm started right there was a little bit on the small side. So I started opening it up, and then I smoothing it out just a little bit to see if I could stretch it out a little more. And I'm going to check them right here again. And oops, I went a little too much this time. And now both my bowls are so thin, I can't really stretch them to match it up. So you might have to do this. This is just in case you got one bowl. It's a little bit too big. They don't match up quite right. I'm going to take this popsicle stick, and I put a little water on the table. You saw how I did that. And you could use magazine paper too if you don't want to get your table wet, and it'll work the same way. And I'm just pull it right through it. Just trim about 1/4 of an inch off that top. And then I check them here, see if they match up now. And they do. They match up perfect. And that's it. That's all I want you to do today, Monday the 28th here. Then I'm going to stack them real carefully, put them back in the bag, ready for next class. Don't put any water with them. We kind of just bag them up just like that. And stay tuned.